All right, the highlights from GreatStockPicks.com in our live trading chat room. September 24th. If you watched our video last night of the watch list, I told you that I like TTWO over 1740, but it depends how the market opens. TTWO couldn't have opened much better because it basically opened here, ran up, hit 1740, sold off. These are 5-minute candles, but then reversed right back up. So now we've got a break of yesterday afternoon's high and a break of today's high, 1740, in other words, becomes more powerful. So when it looked like that, I put it out in the chat room over the microphone and typed TTWO 1740, long idea 1723 stop, and there you can see the power of that setup. Went all the way to 1820. Very, very nice trade for us, and worked like a charm. ACN, a little bit different. Here it is on 5-minute candles. This is a different kind of a play, ACN, but you had the initial sell-off. You had this little bitty bounce, then you had the second leg down. Okay, so this has pretty good shape to the downside, pretty nice volume right there. And another reason this became interesting, I looked at the daily, and look at this. It's down 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row hitting the 200-day. And you had some resistance back here and here, which it was getting down, which can become support. So 4 days down in a row, plus it was piercing a whole number, which oftentimes you get what we call a wash and rinse below the whole number. Plus you have the 200-day, and you had intraday shape on 5s. So those 4 things made me call this, and actually I switched to 2-minute candles, which I'll do now. And this is what it looked like in real time in the chat room when I called it. I called it as a twos play, which just means I'm going to go long the first break of a previous 2-minute candle's high, okay? Which would be if the next candle breaks this candle's high right here. Let me draw a circle around it. Over that candle's high with a stop below its low. And I'll give you the numbers. The long idea is 74.94, 74.80 stop. And there's the trigger. And it ended up going up to about 75.50 at its best. But, you know, it was only on, what did I say, about 14 cents risk. And it was easy money. I mean, from the moment of the trigger, we were green. I'll scroll back to it again. There's the trigger right there. So we were green from the moment of the trigger. And, you know, that's what I try to find. I was telling our members, that's what I try to find for our group, is stuff that's going to work right away. Mostly because of the way I'm wired. I don't like sitting and being underwater in a stock, even though the stop hasn't been hit. So I try to find stuff that could have some passion on a move. And ACN, certainly, we were never underwater. And it was easy money. Let's see, Yoku, Y-O-K-U. Okay, Yoku did this nice bounce right here. And this one has been on my radar because it's got a very strong daily chart. So we did this nice bounce here, a little pullback, and then right back up to that area. So I called it long just over this area. Here's the early high of day right there at the end of that blue line. So there's a good chance we get up over the high of this spike. We're going to get through the high of the day. And again, I'm looking for another one that could work right away for us. So my call on Yoku, Y-O-K-U, 26.82 with a stop, I believe, 26.53, if I'm not mistaken, below this little last low. But it didn't matter because there's the trigger, and we're lighting up the new high sticker just like that. And we got a nice move up to 27.40. And again, the entry here, we were never underwater. I mean, yeah, you can look and say later it came down, but we sell into these spikes, guys. So again, that's another one that just was quick and easy money. First Solar, one of our members, RM, posted First Solar. You had this little volume spike. There's the early high. Okay, you can see how dangerous it is to trade early because, 15 minutes in, it did this spike and immediately reversed. But now, another hour and a half or 2 hours into the session, things calm down and this makes more sense. First Solar is simply one of those stocks that if you get an afternoon or a late morning break of its early high, you can get a nice move. So when RM posted this kind of alert to the room, we were already talking about First Solar earlier. I jumped on the mic and typed it out and said First Solar 39.30. I think 39.10 stop, something like that. And there's the trigger. And we got a nice move all the way up to 39, whatever this was, 39.75. But again, never underwater. Immediately in cash, or in the green, I should say. And those are the ones we love. Zozo, one of our all-stars, called DDD. Right about there at 55. Let me get this right, 55.05. And again, look at the entry, and it was straight in the green. I love it when that happens. And from 55.05, it went I don't know how high it went, up to 56.20, so well over $1 in our favor. And again, never really underwater, and a great call by Zozo. Other things that I mentioned were like FU. There's so many jokes running through my head. I can't believe there's a stock symbol FU, but I mentioned FU when it was here. If you've seen my videos, I always talk about the buy zone. Extremely strong stock. I mentioned FU in the buy zone. The only reason it's in the video, I didn't give a trigger and stop, but the buy zone is between the 8 and the 20 on 5-minute candles, 8 exponential moving averages. And I typed out FU is in the buy zone here. Or actually, I said it's near the 15.8, which is this green line. You've seen my green line plays, and look at the bounce from there. Got back through the high of the day. And the only reason I pointed out is because I had a couple members take it on my comment there. I didn't trade that one, but it worked out nicely. That might be my highlights from the day. I tell you what, we saw and posted LLEN volume when it looked like this, and just the fact that it was $1 stock with a dumb reason, but it kept me out of it. But you know, I posted the volume right here. This could have been one of our Tokyo plays, and I didn't do anything with it. Man, it went up, I don't know, probably 60 or 70% from there. Doesn't really deserve to be in the highlight video because I didn't make a call and I didn't make a trade. But oh, and also Zozo called GTAT around 8:30, which was probably right about here, and it went all the way to 8.60, which is a nice move for an $8 stock. So anyway, a very, very nice day. More than doubled my daily goal. In the chat room, the team works fantastic in there. I'll just leave it at that, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night.